English Podcast 2 Everyday Routines. Hello and welcome to English Stories Podcast. I'm really happy you're here today, and I want to say thank you for choosing to learn English with us. If you are listening right now, it means you are taking a small but very important step on your English journey, and that is something to be proud of. This episode is called English Podcast 2, Everyday Routines, and it is specially made for beginner learners at a 2 level, especially for people who want to understand real English and speak more confidently in daily life. Maybe you are learning English by yourself, maybe you studied before and forgot a lot, or maybe you feel shy when you speak English. If that sounds like you, don't worry. You are in the right place. On this podcast, we speak slowly, we use simple and clear words, and we give you time to listen, think, and learn. You don't need to hurry, and you don't need to understand everything the first time. English learning is not a race, it is a journey, and everyone moves at their own speed. Here at the English Stories Podcast, our goal is to help you feel comfortable with English. We focus on everyday topics, simple conversations, and common phrases that people really use so you can listen today and use English tomorrow. This episode is about everyday routines, the small things we all do every day, like waking up, getting up, taking a shower, doing housework, going shopping, and going to bed. These are easy topics, but they are very powerful, because when you can talk about your daily life, you can start real conversations. Remember, you do not need to speak perfect English. You do not need difficult grammar or long sentences. Simple English is good English. Many native speakers use simple words every day, so don't be afraid to keep it easy. Making mistakes is normal. Forgetting words is normal. And feeling confused sometimes is normal too. What is important is that you keep listening, keep practicing, and keep going step by step. Even if you only understand 60 or 70% today, that is great progress. If you listen again tomorrow, you will understand more, and slowly your brain will start to think in English. This podcast is designed to fit into your real life. You can listen in the morning, on the bus, while cooking, or before you sleep. Just a few minutes every day can make a big difference. So please relax, take a deep breath, and enjoy this time with English. You are learning, you are improving, and you are doing better than you think. Now, let's begin today's episode and learn everyday English together, one small step at a time. 1. Introducing the learning method in the video. Before we start the lesson, let me quickly explain how you can learn best with this video and how to use it in a simple and relaxed way. In each episode of English Stories Podcast, we begin with a short dialogue. This dialogue is like a small story from real life, something very normal and familiar, such as a conversation at home, in the morning, or during the day. You do not need to worry if you do not understand every word at first. The most important thing is to listen and catch the general idea. After the dialogue, we will slowly explain the key vocabulary and common phrases that you hear. We focus on words and expressions that people really use in everyday English, not difficult or textbook language. We explain what they mean, how to use them, and when to use them in real life. After that, we help you practice speaking. You will hear simple sentences, and you can repeat after us. This is very important for your pronunciation and your confidence. You can also try shadowing. which means you listen and speak at the same time without stopping the audio. At first, it may feel a little difficult, but don't worry, this is normal. Shadowing helps your brain get used to English rhythm and natural speaking speed. We also give you examples from daily life, because examples are easier to remember than rules. When you hear English connected to real situations, your brain remembers it better. You can pause the video, listen again, or repeat as many times as you like. There is no pressure here. This podcast is not about being perfect. It is about feeling comfortable and slowly improving. Even 5 or 10 minutes of focused listening every day can help you a lot. So just relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the learning process. 2. Sample conversation, daily habits. Now, let's move on to the sample dialogue. In this part, you will listen to a simple conversation about a normal day and everyday routines. This is the kind of English people use all the time in real life. The dialogue talks about sleeping late and waking up in the morning, getting ready for the day. Personal hygiene like washing your face, brushing your teeth, and taking a shower, doing housework at home, going shopping, having lunch, and taking some time to rest. These topics may sound very simple, but they are extremely useful, especially at A2 level. When you can talk about your daily routine, you can start many conversations in English. While you listen, try not to translate every word into your language. Instead, listen for familiar words and phrases. Maybe you hear words like wake up, shower, clean, shopping, lunch, or rest. These are words you already know, and hearing them again helps your brain feel more confident. The goal of this part is not to understand everything perfectly, but to train your listening and help you recognize common English words in context. Imagine the situation in your head like a small movie. This makes it easier to understand and remember. After listening, you may realize that everyday English is not fast or complicated. It is simple, clear, and repeated often. This should help you feel less afraid of listening to English. Remember, understanding real conversations takes time, and it is okay if you miss some parts. The more you listen, the more familiar these sounds and words will become. This dialogue is your chance to hear natural English in a safe and friendly way. 3. Phrase 1. Wake up versus get up. Now let's focus on our first important expressions. Wake up and get up. These two phrases are very common in English, but many beginners feel confused because they sound similar. First, let's talk about wake up. When you wake up, your eyes open and you stop sleeping. You are awake, but you are still in bed. Maybe your alarm rings, maybe your phone makes a sound, or maybe the sun comes into your room. You are awake, but you are not moving yet. You are still lying in bed. That is, wake up. Now let's look at get up. When you get up, you leave the bed. You sit up, stand up, and start your day. You may walk to the bathroom or go to the kitchen. This is the moment you really begin your day. So remember, wake up is about your eyes and your mind, and get up is about your body and movement. Many people wake up before they get up. For example, you can say, I wake up at 7, but I get up at 7:15. This means you open your eyes at 7, but you stay in bed for a few minutes. This is very natural and very common. Now let's practice together. You can say the sentences out loud even if you are alone. Speaking out loud helps your brain remember better. Say, I wake up at 7. Good. Now say, I get up at 7:15. Very good. Try to think about your own routine and change the time. This simple practice helps you use English in your real life. Don't worry about your accent or small mistakes. What matters is that you understand the difference and can use these phrases naturally. This is how your English becomes stronger, step by step. Bon, come too high. Shower, va bath. Now, let's move on to the next very common daily expressions, shower and bath, which many English learners hear often but sometimes feel unsure how to use naturally. First, let's talk about have a shower and take a shower. These two expressions mean the same thing, and both are correct. In British English, people often say have a shower, while in American English, many people say take a shower. When you have or take a shower, you stand under running water. The water falls from above, and you wash your body with soap and shampoo. A shower is usually quick and helps you feel fresh and awake. Many people like to take a shower in the morning because it helps them wake up and feel ready for the day. If you feel sleepy, a shower can make you feel more active and clear in your mind. Some people also take a shower in the evening, especially after work, exercise, or a hot day, because it helps them relax a little before bedtime. Now let's talk about have a bath. A bath is different from a shower. When you have a bath, you sit in a bathtub filled with warm water. You do not stand. You sit down, relax, and stay in the water for some time. A bath is usually slower and more relaxing than a shower. Many people like to have a bath in the evening, especially on cold days or when they feel tired or stressed. Some people add bubbles or nice-smelling soap to the water to feel even more relaxed. So remember the simple comparison. A shower is fast and refreshing, and a bath is slow and calming. Both are very normal parts of daily life, and both are useful words to know. You can say, I have a shower every morning, or I take a shower before work. You can also say, I like to have a bath in the evening to relax. Try to think about your own routine and say it out loud. When you connect English to your real life, it becomes easier to remember and easier to use. 5. Phrase 3. Housework. Make your bed and do the housework. Next, let's talk about housework. The small jobs we do at home to keep our space clean and comfortable. These are very useful phrases because everyone talks about them in daily life. The first phrase is make your bed. This does not mean building a bed or buying a bed. It simply means fixing your bed after you wake up. When you make your bed, you pull the blanket straight and put the pillow in the right place. Many people do this every morning because it makes the room look tidy and organized. It only takes a few minutes, but it can make you feel more ready for the day. You can say, I make my bed every morning, or I make my bed after I get up. Now let's look at the phrase, do the housework. This phrase means all the cleaning jobs you do at home. It can include washing the dishes, sweeping or mopping the floor, cleaning the bathroom, wiping the table, or taking out the trash. Housework is not always fun, but it is part of everyday life. Some people do the housework every day, and others do it on the weekend. You might hear people say, I do the housework on Sunday, or I have to do the housework today. This phrase is very common in spoken English, so it is important to remember it as one unit. Now let's practice with simple sentences you can repeat after me. I make my bed every morning. Good. Now say, I do the housework on Sunday. Very good. Try changing the day or adding more details like, I do the housework with my family, or I do the housework in the evening. Speaking simple sentences like this helps you feel more confident and prepares you for real conversations. 6. Phrase 5. Late night. Go to bed. Go to sleep. Now let's talk about another very important daily expression. Do the shopping. This phrase means go into a shop or supermarket to buy things you need for your home, such as food, drinks, or household items. In English, we say do the shopping, not make the shopping, and not buy the shopping. This is a fixed expression, and it is very common in everyday conversation. People use it all the time when they talk about their weekly plans or daily activities. For example, you can say, I do the shopping on Saturday, or I need to do the shopping today. Some people do the shopping once a week, while others do it every day. It depends on their lifestyle, family, and schedule. Many people like to make a shopping list before they go, so they remember what to buy. You might hear people talk about buying bread, milk, eggs, fruit, or vegetables. These are very common words, and they often appear together with the phrase, do the shopping. When you learn this phrase, try to imagine yourself at the supermarket. Imagine walking through the aisles, choosing food, and paying at the checkout. This kind of image helps your brain connect the English words to real life. Now let's practice a simple sentence together. Say, I do the shopping on Saturday. Good. You can also say, I usually do the shopping in the evening, or I don't like doing the shopping when it's busy. These simple sentences are very natural and useful, and they help you talk about your routine in a clear and easy way. 7. Phrase 5. Late night. Go to bed. Go to sleep. Finally, let's talk about the end of the day and some very important expressions related to sleep. First, have a late night. This phrase means that you go to bed very late. Maybe you are watching a movie, working, talking with friends, or using your phone, and suddenly it is midnight or later. When this happens, you can say, I had a late night. Having a late night often makes people feel tired the next day. Next, let's look at go to bed. When you go to bed, you walk into your bedroom and lie down on your bed. You are preparing to sleep, but you are not sleeping yet. You might read a book, check your phone, or just lie quietly. Now let's talk about go to sleep. This means that you actually start sleeping. Your eyes are closed, your body is resting, and you are no longer awake. Many learners confuse these two phrases, but the difference is simple. Go to bed is about the action of lying down, and go to sleep is about the moment you fall asleep. For example, you can say, I go to bed at 10:30, but I go to sleep at 11. This means you lie in bed for some time before you fall asleep. This is very common for many people. Now try to say it about yourself. What time do you go to bed? And what time do you usually go to sleep? Saying these sentences out loud helps you make English part of your real life. Remember, these are very natural expressions that native speakers use every day. When you learn them slowly and practice often, your English will start to feel more comfortable and more natural, one small step at a time. As we come to the end of today's episode, I want to take a moment to encourage you and remind you of something very important. Learning English does not happen in one day, 1 week, or even 1 month. Learning English is a process, and the most powerful habit you can build is listening every day. Even a short time, 5 or 10 minutes, can make a real difference if you do it regularly. When you listen to English every day, Your ears slowly get used to the sounds. Your brain starts to recognize common words and phrases, and English becomes less strange and less stressful. You do not need to understand everything perfectly. In fact, it is completely normal to forget words, to feel confused, or to think, I heard this before, but I can't remember it now. This is not a problem, and it does not mean you are bad at English. Forgetting is part of learning. Every time you listen again, your memory becomes a little stronger. Every time you hear the same phrase, it becomes more familiar. This is how learning really works. So please be kind to yourself and do not feel pressure. You are not late, you are not slow, and you are not failing. You are learning. If today you understand more than yesterday, that is progress. If today you feel a little more comfortable listening to English, that is success. Try to make English part of your daily life. You can listen while cooking, while resting, on the bus, or before you go to sleep. You don't need to study hard or force yourself. Just listen, relax, and let the language come to you naturally. If this episode felt a little difficult, that's okay. You can listen again tomorrow. The second time will feel easier, and the third time even better. Repetition is your friend. Simple English, repeated many times, is the best way to build confidence. So I gently invite you to listen again tomorrow and practice a little more. And if you enjoyed this episode and feel that it helps you, please subscribe to the English Stories podcast. By subscribing, you make it easier for yourself to practice English every day. And you also support this channel so we can continue creating simple, clear, and friendly English content for learners like you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for learning. And thank you for being part of the English Stories podcast. Keep smiling, keep listening, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next episode.